Hey guys, welcome back to Dip Switch Demos. My name is Jackson and today we're going to try building a pedal. Specifically we're going to be taking a look at the Ego driver from Anasounds. So I'll show you what the pedal looks like. Oh, you can either buy it pre-assembled or as a kit. And I thought we'd have a go at the kit on a video. Never done anything like this before. I will actually say at this point that I am a complete noob when it comes to electronics, soldering, components. The most I've ever done is change the pickups in my guitar, and once I changed a switch in a pedal and it ended up breaking. So I haven't got the most of confidence going into this, but I thought I'd give it a go. I've been told that it's very easy and there's a absolute plethora of instructions and blogs and articles on the Anasounds website to walk you through everything. There's instructions for beginners and advanced people. So it's, they pretty much hold your hand the whole way through, and I thought it'd be really cool to give it a go. It's meant to sound great once you're done. Essentially it is a tube screamer type thing, but they've made a few changes to the circuit board and a few improvements. For example, it doubles the voltage to 18 volts, so you get more headroom. There's also more options when it comes to clipping and things like that, and components. I'll walk you through what comes with the kit. You pretty much get all the components that you need and a few extras as well for swapping and changing different things. And we get the PCB, we get jacks and switches, and then inside we have all the different little components in different baggies, numbered as well, so they kind of correspond to the different instructions or the part of the manual. What else? If you wanted to go ahead with this yourself, you obviously need a soldering iron and a few other bits and bobs. I found this kit on Amazon that pretty much comes with everything I need, and it was 20 quid. So dirt cheap. It's probably rubbish, but I'm sure it will do me. For this, you get a multimeter as well, which they say is really useful for doing this. Like I said, the soldering iron and a few other bits and bobs. I'm going to get set up, warm the soldering iron up, get some coffee down me, load up the instructions, and get going with this. I'm going to try keep the video rolling a little bit, but you will see some bits that are sped up, some bits that are cut out, just so the video doesn't end up being 2 hours long. So I'll try to keep you updated. I'm not going to do as much talking because I really want to get this right first time. I want to concentrate on it, but I will try and keep you updated and things like that. So let's get set up and get started. Okay, so I think we're pretty much ready to get started. The first part of the circuit he wants us to do is the power section circuit, but it looks like we've also got to wire in a couple of wires at the top, so I'll get going with that. Like I said, this is going to be fast forwarded a lot, most likely. If any of my pedal making friends are watching, please don't laugh at me or send me mean comments, because I am a complete noob, and I'm sorry if I offend you in my newbie ways. So let's just get started. So we've done our first solder joint. It was pretty easy. I don't know what you guys are all like, selling pedals for. This is easy, man. Of course I'm joking. Next one, black wire. Red wire, black wire. Alright guys, so I think I've done the first step. I suppose I'll get my phone up just to let you guys see how it's all going. Turn it sideways, and let's clap. Okay, so here we have what is looking like the first step done. So all this, basically we're looking down here, so I've done all these bits, and that little bit there, and also soldered these two wires on. Don't know why, but I've done it. And on the back, I haven't cut these down yet. I'm going to do that. And then the LED. I'm a bit worried about the LED. It looks okay, but I've been told that it's the hardest part of the whole thing. So hopefully that looks okay. They look all right. It's a little messy, but I'm going to cut those down now and carry on with step 2. Step 2 is the input buffer. So there you go. Where's baggie number 2? Has some more of the blue things, a couple of white things, and a black thing. for all you technical guys out there, just, you know, letting you know what's in the bag. Okay, so I've done step 3 now. That was a pretty hefty stage. I felt like there was lots of fiddly bits in that one. That whole section was essentially the gain section of the pedal. Let's show you how it's looking so far. Give it a clap. So yeah, as you can see, we've got our first pot on. And a few other bits and bobs. This is our op amp. We've got a little ceramic thing here and a few resistors and a few wires coming off the place as well. And some of these white things, which I don't know what they are either. I think it's going well so far. Next up on the old computer, we have step 4, which is clipping and voicing stage. Whoa, so there's a lot going on here as well. Here's the bag for number 4. So we have switches, other things, and other things. This is also going to be another hefty stage, I think, so we'll get going with that as well. It's hard work, I tell you, but I'm really enjoying it. I feel like if it works first time, I'm going to be really proud of it. Feels like there's almost more of a connection with the pedal as well, so I'm really enjoying the experience. I am going to have to walk the dog in a minute, but maybe I'll try get this stage done first, and yeah, I'll leave the camera rolling a bit and see how things get going. One of the really cool things about this pedal is that it comes with, I've already put a couple in, but these little, I don't know what you call them, to be honest, but little things where you can really easily swap and change different components just with a screwdriver. So if you wanted to try out a different capacitor or something, see how it affects the tone, you can do it really easily just with a screwdriver without getting the soldering iron out. So it's basically these little dock things. What are they actually called? Terminal block. So yeah, it comes with a few different types of those in these, and you can change out diodes, capacitors, and also there's a couple trim pots, again, where you can just change the bass response and also looks like the gain or something really easily without, like I said, getting a soldering iron out, which I think is really cool. Okay, so I've just realised my first mistake. This is cool though, because it should be really easy to figure out. You might have seen when I did a close-up before, but essentially I've soldered the first pot onto the wrong side of the board. So I've soldered it onto the same side as all the other components. It needs to be on the other side. So I'm just going to undo that real quick. It was confusing me a little bit what was going on, but it should be a relatively simple fix. Fingers crossed. Stupid mistake, really. Let's try and get it unsoldered real quick. Alright guys, mistake number 2. Actually, I'll tell you about mistake number 1 first. So mistake number 1 is I soldered the first pot onto the wrong side of the board. Managed to unsolder it and solder it onto the right side of the board. It's pretty messy. I hope it's going to work. I'm not so sure. Let me show you what it's looking like at the moment. Give it a clap. Okay, so as you can see, this is roughly where I messed it up. I'm hoping it's going to be okay. This is what it's looking like at the moment. It's getting pretty populated. We haven't got many more steps to go. Just a few bits here. Here's what the other side is looking like. We've got all the pots and switches on. Soldering job is average at best. But I'm hoping it's going to work. So we have a 3-way toggle switch here, which switches between different voicings, I believe, and then this one switches between 2 different diodes, which I'm not sure if we've got in yet or not. I'm enjoying it. I got a bit stressed out when I broke it. Oh, actually, I'll show you my other mistake. So mistake number 2 is one of the resistors I have managed to snap in half. So that is a pretty fatal problem. Clap again. So yeah, managed to snap a resistor in half. I don't know if that is a normal thing to do at all. There are no spares in the kit, so I've had to source a spare. Luckily, I know some guys. Well, actually, Tate Effects is going to sort me out with a spare of that. So that means that I'm not going to be able to finish the job today. No big deal. Maybe it's a good idea to take a break from it anyway. I'm going to carry on a little bit, get a couple more steps done, and see how things go. Okay, so we are back making my ego driver. I took a break for a couple of days just because I had some stuff to do, and I was getting a bit tired before. I think I started making some stupid little mistakes, so I thought I'd take a break, clear my mind a little bit from it, and start afresh. We're actually not that far away from finishing the whole build, which is really exciting. If you're up to date with the video, I guess, you may have seen that I broke one of the resistors. So Stuart Tates from Tate Effects has kindly sent me a couple of replacements. So we'll get that in. That was kind of holding me back a little bit. So let's get that in. And then I think the only other things we've got to do are wire in the jacks and the switch and mount it to the actual enclosure. The only mistakes that have been made have been completely of my own fault. The instructions, the actual method have been excellent from Anasounds. It's actually quite an easy process, walks you through every step of the way. Like I said, the mistakes that I've made have been purely down to my own stupidity. Mounting the pot to the wrong side of the board. I mean, who does that? Me, obviously. But I would love to do another kit at some point. If Anasounds come out with some more kits, I'll definitely be getting them. It's really kind of started a bit of a bug for me that I'm going to start doing a few more kits. I think it's a really good way of connecting a bit more with the pedal, the builder, and also, once you're finished, you've got something that you can be proud of, and in a way you also know how it works a bit more. So if something were to go wrong in the future, you might be in a better position to fix it yourself. So, it looks to me like we're done. Well, it's all in the box. Whether it works or not is a different question. Give it a clap. Okay, so this is what we got. This is what we're going with. Nothing too fancy here. I'm, complete noob, like I said before. We're all wired in though. This is what it's looking like. I've got the knobs, got to put those in. Also, I've got to choose some of these. These are the kind of customizable aspects of the pedal, and they go in these little terminal blocks here. You can pick different types of things to go in there. So I think I'll just put a couple in, maybe the ones that are in the picture first, and I can change them pretty much whenever I like, just with a screwdriver. So I think we'll put some of those in. We will tidy up a little bit, plug it in, and see if it works first time. Wish me luck, guys. Cheers. I've left the back off just to, just in case anything's wrong, and it's an easy fix. So this is literally the first time I'm plugging it in. I've got a little power supply here. Let's plug it into the amp first, and then that. Let's see if the LED works. Okay, good start. I don't know if you can see that. It's really cool. It shines through. Let's plug a guitar in. I'm very nervous. I'm pretty much expecting it to be a dud because, I don't know, I doubt myself. So it sounds like we've got signal coming through.